William Faulkner was an American writer born in 1897 in New Albany, Mississippi. He is famous for writing stories about the southern United States. His works often focus on the lives of people living in the rural South. Faulkner was a man of many talents and worked as a teacher, soldier, and even a Hollywood screenwriter. He is most famous for his novels, short stories, and plays. Many of his works are set in a fictional county called Yanapatawpha County. This place is based on the area where Faulkner grew up in Mississippi. He used Yanapatawpha County as the setting for many of his stories, making it an important part of his writing. Faulkner's writing style is known for being complex and difficult to understand. He often used long, complicated sentences and experimented with time and perspective. However, this made his stories rich and deep, with many layers of meaning. One of Faulkner's most famous works is The Sound and the Fury. This novel tells the story of a Southern family, the Compsons, and their struggles. The novel is told from different points of view, which makes it difficult to follow at first. But it gives readers a unique way of looking at the world. Another well-known work by Faulkner is As I Lay Dying. This novel follows a family as they travel to bury their mother. The story is told from the viewpoints of each family member, giving readers insight into their emotions and thoughts. In these books, Faulkner uses stream of consciousness, a technique where characters' thoughts and feelings are shown directly, often without clear structure. This helps to create a more personal and intimate feeling in his stories. Faulkner also wrote about the effects of the Civil War and its aftermath on the South. He was interested in the way history and memory shape people's lives. He often explored themes like loss, guilt, and the passing of time. Many of his works reflect the changing social and political landscape of the South. Faulkner was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1949 for his contribution to literature. He was recognized for his powerful storytelling and his ability to capture the human experience in his writing. Despite the success, Faulkner faced criticism for his difficult style and themes. Many people found his works hard to understand. But over time, his writing has become more appreciated and is now considered some of the best in American literature. Faulkner's works are still read and studied today, and his influence can be seen in many writers who came after him. He died in 1962, but his legacy lives on in the stories he wrote. Faulkner's work explores the deep complexities of life in the South, and his unique writing style continues to inspire readers and writers around the world. His novels challenge us to think about the way we see the world and the people in it. Though his works can be difficult, they are also incredibly rewarding. Through Faulkner's stories, we learn about the human condition, the struggles of life, and the ways in which people face their pasts. His characters are often struggling with their identity, family relationships, and the changing world around them. These themes are universal and still resonate with readers today. Faulkner's works are an important part of American literature, and they continue to offer valuable lessons about humanity. He may have written in a time and place very different from today, but his stories speak to the timeless experiences of people everywhere. One of the central ideas in Faulkner's writing is the impact of the past on the present. His characters are often haunted by memories of things that have happened before. This sense of history is important in understanding their actions and choices. The past in Faulkner's works is not just a background, but an active force that shapes everything. It is something that cannot be forgotten or escaped. Faulkner's stories also show how people often deal with difficult emotions in complicated ways. His characters are sometimes in denial about their feelings, or they struggle to communicate with others. This makes his writing feel real, because it reflects how people often act in the real world. At the same time, Faulkner's work also reveals the beauty and complexity of the human spirit. Even when his characters are in pain or facing challenges, they show strength and resilience. This is especially true in his portrayal of women. In many of his works, Faulkner shows strong female characters who are forced to cope with difficult situations. These women are often very independent, and their stories are full of emotional depth. Although Faulkner's stories can sometimes be difficult to understand, the emotions and struggles of his characters are easy to relate to. This is why his works continue to be loved and studied by people all over the world. Faulkner also explored the idea of time in his writing. He often plays with time, jumping between different periods and using different perspectives. This makes his stories feel less linear and more complex. For example, in The Sound and the Fury, time is not told in a straightforward way. The narrative moves back and forth in time, showing different parts of the story from different viewpoints. This way of writing reflects the way memories and experiences can be confusing and not always make sense in the moment. Faulkner's works often deal with the theme of identity. His characters are sometimes unsure of who they are or where they belong. This confusion is especially clear in his portrayal of the South, which is going through a time of change. The characters in his stories are often trying to understand their place in a world that is rapidly changing. This theme of identity also extends to the idea of family. Many of Faulkner's stories revolve around complicated family relationships. These relationships are often marked by tension, misunderstanding, and love. The struggles that his characters face with their families reflect the larger social issues of the time. For example, in As I Lay Dying, the Bundren family struggles to bury their mother, but they also struggle with their own personal issues. Their journey to fulfill their mother's wish becomes a metaphor for the larger struggles of the human condition. Faulkner's writing also examines the role of social class in the South. He often explores the divisions between different classes and the ways in which these divisions affect people's lives. In many of his stories, characters are trapped by their social status or family history, and they are unable to escape their past. This sense of being stuck in one's circumstances is a major theme in Faulkner's writing. The idea of being trapped in a certain way of life is seen in many of his characters, who find it difficult to change or escape their circumstances. Despite these struggles, Faulkner's writing often offers a sense of hope. Even though his characters face many hardships, they continue to fight and try to find meaning in their lives. Faulkner's works show that while life can be difficult, people have the ability to endure and find strength in their struggles. His stories challenge readers to think about the meaning of life, the power of memory, and the ways in which people deal with their past. Faulkner's influence on literature is enormous. Many modern writers have been inspired by his work and have used some of his techniques in their own writing. Faulkner's focus on character, memory, and time continues to be important in contemporary literature. His ability to show the complexity of human emotions and the impact of history makes his writing timeless. Even though Faulkner lived more than half a century ago, his works are still read and admired today. His stories continue to be relevant because they deal with universal themes that are still important in today's world. Faulkner's work is not easy, but it rewards readers who are willing to dive deep into his stories. By reading Faulkner, we gain a better understanding of the human experience and the ways in which people struggle with their past and their identity. Through his writing, Faulkner leaves us with a powerful reflection on the complexity of life and the importance of memory, history, and family. Faulkner's stories are not just about the past, they are about the present and the future as well. By studying his works, we can learn more about ourselves and the world around us. Faulkner may have passed away, but his stories will continue to live on, offering lessons and insights for generations to come.